Oh, Georgia, another one of these countries that totally surprised me on so many levels. Such a stunning place, so many kind people. The food is, Georgian food is something else, and the wine too. Georgian wine, I didn't even know that Georgian wine is a thing. It's a big thing. So we got into, after riding through the Turkish border, we got into Batumi. At night it was raining, so we just stopped there. And Batumi is an interesting sort of weird city. It's a little bit like a mini Las Vegas. I didn't actually enjoy Batumi that much. It's just a city. I think after riding so much and being in the bush, it was a little bit of a shock maybe. So we left the next morning pretty early and rode from Batumi on the Black Sea through the mountains into Akalchike. I hope I say this right. We had an amazing lunch stop on the lake outside of Batumi. Our first meal in Georgia with Captain Giorgio. This is amazing, look at this. And had our first taste of Georgian food. That was so amazing. Where are we?
We're on a raft.
Yeah, look, in Georgia. We're on a raft eating our first Georgian meal. I think I like this country. What is this? Oh look, is this the animal? It looks amazing. Yeah, you gotta test. Let's see if this is the animal or if I can eat this. This looks amazing. Wow. Australia, Amerikanski. We're making friends here. Video.
Video.
Your name? Mihailo? Beglar. Revas. Beglar, Revas.
Pasha.
What is your name?
My name is... What is your name?
Francisca. Your name? What is your name?
My name is...
Isam.
I'm Mike. Luca. Mike, you want to sit on it?
Mike, what's going on? And then we rode through some off-roads, through some mountain passes, over a pass, and on the top of the pass we stopped for a pit stop, and there was a guy with a little booth, a few people actually with a little booth, and I stopped at one of them and started talking to one of the guys there, or a little bit of sign language again, and tried some of his bread. He had this bread with cheese in it, so I bought some, and we sat down next to his little hut to enjoy the food and the view on top of the mountain. And suddenly he comes over with this bag where he has fresh bread on it and salt and fresh tomatoes and cheese, and he just puts it there, and it was a gift from him again. And then he points across the road to this cow. There was a cow grazing on the other side of the road, of the gravel road, and he said, this cow is this cheese is from this cow, and it could not have been more farm to table than this. It was again one of these moments, so fun, so generous, so kind, and the freshest, most beautiful food that you can have, really. And then we kept riding down the mountain, and we weren't really sure yet where we were going to stay. We wanted to go a little further, but it started to get dark and we started to get hungry and tired, so we just pulled into any sort of village that we could find, which was Akalchike, and we pulled into a little hotel, dropped the bikes, had a shower, and then we went to the lobby bar, and we thought, well, we have heard about Georgian wine, let's see if the story is true. So we're in Georgia and we're tasting the wine.
It's a very serious situation right now.
We got really hungry, so we went and brought some bread and asked the waiter, can we have some le knife? And he comes back with these huge knives. Let's see what he's got now. So he said maybe some smaller knives.
I think it's smaller knife now.
Let's see. Small knives.
Smaller knife now.
Thank you so much. So we basically ordered every wine on the menu. There were maybe 4 or 5 one of each for me and Mike, 1 glass each. So we had 5 wines maybe, and just testing them all and sitting outside and brainstorming ideas for Moments of Humanity and also for my book on courage, and sitting there drinking wine, so many wines, and then suddenly the owner of the hotel comes and joins us with all of his friends and we drink more wine, and I did make it to bed at some stage. Your girlfriend?
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 Yes.
Cute. So we got small.
His girlfriend's in his pocket.
No, on the phone.
No, but it was in his pocket.
The phone was in the pocket?
Yeah. That's like the girlfriend in the pocket.
Is that your perfect girlfriend?
No, I'm just saying, I'm observing a situation here.
So, the girlfriend in the pocket, what does that tell you?
I don't know, I'm just curious about this culture. Do they put their girlfriends in their pockets?
Well, don't you put your phone in the pocket when you have to go and serve someone? And then your girlfriend might be in the pocket?
I
Does
don't
it have
know.
more meaning than that? Isn't
There
it
might
just
be, I
like-
mean, I'm human, so I'm attempting to make meaning out of anything. That's what we all do. So I'm
Yeah.
just kind of,
So what is your
I'm
meaning?
rolling with it.
So what is the meaning that you put onto...
I'm just really curious. What's the
You think it's a
relationship?
cultural thing?
Maybe.
No.
We should meet his girlfriend.
We should.
We should. We should ask him if we can meet his girlfriend. She's
Maybe
probably
you
around the corner. I mean, this town's really small.
Yeah, put it into the Google Translate and
Okay.
ask him.
Let's do it.
Let's
After
see
you
what happens. Alright.
with my small knife, not the
we have
giant
a
knife
quick
that
intermission.
may have slayed animals before us. Which I thought I might have to butcher our meal tonight. Which
Which we don't have. We don't have a meal, but we don't care. So let's have a quick intermission, cheese and bread intermission. Then we will see what's happening if Mike goes and asks this guy, who has been really nice, to see what he asks, if he asks, hey, can your girlfriend join us? So intermission coming up right now. The night before, where we met the owner, he said, you have to go to Varzia. Varzia is this 12th century monastery on the side of a cliff. Check this. So, last night, Georgian wine kicked our butts. Someone is really struggling. And today we rode to this village here. It's this like town built into the side of the mountain, which you will see in a minute, but yeah, we're struggling a little bit. It's hot.
the struggle is real.
And the struggle is real. I think we need to eat some food. Hangover. Georgian wine, Kikka Labatta. So, turns out I'm a guide. This is my friend here. This is our little cave. It's perfect. Oh, this is video. You want photo? Wait, we take. So we basically just had lunch in the most amazing place in here in a little cave in the city. It was just the guides were hanging there eating lunch, and then we joined them because why not? And it was really delicious, tomato and cucumber, Georgian bread. This place is amazing. I love this country. Everyone is so friendly, so heart open, so interested, so curious. It's amazing. The living room here, there's a bed. It's really cool in here. I wonder what these holes are for. Yes.
Some of the holes in the ground were for grinding, like mortar pestle stuff.
Oh yeah.
There's a few of those shaped over the ground from some of the pictures.
And look at this view. It's magnifique. We have the perfect hangover lunch. Basically, we just ordered one of everything. We have bread with beans inside. Mike is craving pickles. Are you pregnant, Mike?
I think so.
He's craving pickles the entire time, so I'm not sure what's going on. But I don't even know these are pickles. What is this?
That's pickled something.
Pickled something. And then we have some eggplants here. These are filled stuffed eggplants. And then we have more things coming, I think. But we just had a really awesome time. Actually, you can see through the, look, you can see the city still up there. I'll turn the camera on. Check this. You see the city on the side of the wall. Fresh pomegranate juice for the win. Amazing.
Is het glas?
Absolutely. It's gonna be a really good health kick after the Georgia wine. And then we kept riding and we rode into Borjomi. So this is how we roll in Georgia. What is your name?
George.
George in Georgia is helping us with our bags here. George also is a bike rider. He's got a Yamaha that he crashed, unfortunately, and he's helping us here at the Crown Plaza. How nice is George? The ride to Tel Aviv was stunning too, because we took a lot of off-roads. We met two German bikers along the way too that came from Kazakhstan on their motorbikes, and they told us a little bit about these off-roads that were just beautiful off-roads. And I remember still we came through these off-roads, and then suddenly the sun started to set as it got late, and riding through the roads without cars, no people, just landscapes changing and green and mountains, and it was a really beautiful ride to the winery. We got there quite late, and Tel Aviv, that area is known for wineries, so we decided to stay on a winery. Schumann Winery was called, for 2 nights, and it was really good because the winery obviously had the most amazing wine, so we did a lot of wine tasting for 2 days. And Georgian wine, as I said, is beautiful. Georgian wine and Georgian food is beautiful. So we ate and had really great wine tasting for 2 days. I caught up on a lot of work too. Had a massage, had a spa, a 2-hour spa at the wine spa in the winery, where you swim basically in wine. I had a bath in wine, which was so good. It was so good. We just finished 2 days on this beautiful Schumann winery, and now it's time to head to Tbilisi. What did you learn about Tbilisi yesterday, Mike Klein?
It's not called Tiflis. It is called Tiflis. It's called Tbilisi, and I lost another bet.
Yes.
That's the name.
And I lost the bet too. Do you remember what I lost the bet? I lost the bet too.
You won the guy's age.
Yes, but then yesterday I won the Tbilisi one, and then plus I lost one because then we were 3-1.
Yeah, that's right.
And now I was thinking about it. We have some bets going here, basically tequila bets. So whenever we have a disagreement, not really disagreement, but we think something is a certain way, we make it a bet. And so far it is 3-1. 3 of course for this one, which means that I'm gonna get 3 tequilas tonight in Tbilisi. We were taught yesterday, oh look at my boots, I still got a wine from, that must be very cooked by now. We then rode into the capital of Georgia, Tbilisi. And the ride too, it's only about a 2-hour ride, very close. The ride down into Tbilisi was really beautiful, and we stayed at an apartment in Tbilisi, and then just spent the next 2-3 days walking around Tbilisi, eating great food, meeting people. We met this amazing woman who runs a bar, Cecilia, in Tbilisi, and we also met another guy, an Iranian refugee, amazing human who was there with his girlfriend running also another bar. Learned a lot about Iran from him and his take on politics in Iran. It was really great discussions. Tbilisi is very interesting, very interesting. It's a great city. It's a great city to just walk around, and the food. Also, there are a lot of restaurants in Tbilisi that have just the most divine food. So we really just spent 2-3 days eating and walking around and washing our motorbikes, and then we dropped the motorbikes off with Micha, who is a local Georgian. Helga and Giorgio are getting a bath.
What's happening, Bonji?
Guys standing around, so being polite. I don't want to spoil it.
Alright, Franzi, what's happening right now?
Well, we are in this beautiful bar here in Tbilisi with this beautiful woman who is doing art on my hands. Super talented artist. Random little bar somewhere in Tbilisi, just as you do. And the rest is secret. This leg of the trip, and yes, we did a lot of unzi dancing in a very interesting club. I actually do have some footage of Mike and Tim singing karaoke.
Oh yeah, you do. We probably shouldn't share that.
Probably not. This is Tbilisi, and we're gonna walk around the old town now. We'll show you around a little bit. We need coffee, we need shoes, we need water, we need food. We found some hangover food. What's your hangover food here? Chicken broth?
It's like a chicken soup. It's like a chicken lime. But it's got eggs and honey mint in it. And it's a traditional Georgian chicken soup. But it's awesome.
Mike is so excited when he got it. He was so excited, and I think right now he's very busy. Adoring his soup. And we have some dips here too. And some Georgian bread. And then there's some comfort food coming for me, something vegetarian, beans and fermented vegetables, which I think is quite good for a hangover too. Georgian food has been super duper incredible. 3:30 in the morning, and it's time to check in and go back to Sydney until I come back to Georgia to keep riding around the world with King Georgia. Yesterday we watched Helga and King Georgia, and I already miss him. I'm a little bit sad actually, but I'm very excited for the next adventure. Istanbul airport for, I don't know, 3 hours, and I went to get coffee, and I was just drinking coffee and working, and then suddenly the coffee guy just brought me another coffee. He said it's a gift from me. I'm like, okay, and then he came and sat down with me because he saw my helmet, and he just wanted to have a chat about the trip, the motorbike trip. And so he came, sat down, and then suddenly his friend, who was also working at the coffee shop, brought me another coffee. So 3 coffees in, I'm very high. I just bought some Victoria's Secret, which is usually what I do at airports when I am on a coffee high. It's time to sit around, and now I'm gonna go actually find some food. So someone told me there is some Turkish food at the end of the hallway. I still have 2 hours or so to the flight. Alright, this trip has been beyond what I could ever have imagined. Can't wait to share everything with you. See you soon. I can't wait to continue this journey. this first part of this around the world tour has been beyond what I could ever have imagined. The moments so deep, so many moments of humanity that I will treasure forever, that have also taught me so much, and the conversations with people, the discussions. There's so much evolution when you do a trip like this, and I am forever grateful, and I really can't wait to continue. So the continuation is coming up very soon.